know when you should believe what someone says and when you shouldn't believe it? What are some of the telltale signs? Is what they're saying the truth, or is it just a big fat lie? And before I go into the explanation of what I want to say, I just want to bring a clarity on something. When someone speaks, it's either the truth or it's not, right? If it's the truth, that's great. But when it's not true, we need to also remember that when someone is saying something that's not true, there's not always an evil intent. Sometimes they are misled, or they just don't have the knowledge or complete knowledge of something, and they believe they're telling the truth, but it's not. And then, of course, there's the other group of people who have evil intent. They know that they're lying. They are lying to gain something for themselves. It's their own agenda. And that is the other scenario when it's not the truth. So I've said that so that you don't always think that when someone's not telling the truth that there's an evil intent, because it's not always an evil intent. But the point of the matter is, whether there's an evil intent or not, I don't know about you, but I want the truth. I don't want to be deceived, because when I tell something that I know, at least I want to be confident that what I know is really the truth. So how do you really know when you listen to the media? There's so much media going on. There is a lot of news on every breaking news topic. You've got two sides of the story. There's the people who are for and the people who are against. And it's amazing how convincing people can be when they speak. It's amazing how their story can be it seems so real, even though it's not real. And then you have this convincing person against something, and they say what they say, and it sounds so true. But if you listen to the person who's for, they are just as convincing. So who's really telling the truth? So today, I want to give you a tool that will help you to more likely get to the truth. So the first thing is, when you hear people telling a story third hand, which is what most of the news channels do and media outlets, most of the time you're hearing it third hand, or it's not the person who actually lived through it telling the story. So you'll hear a reporting on something, but what you'll see is there's little clips of what the person said or what they did. You see little snippets, but the danger of that is it can be taken out of context. So you can't believe a piece of information. The best way to get to the truth is to go, you know how they say, get it from the horse's mouth. So go to where the official recording, because nowadays with AI and photoshopping, they can literally manipulate video. So you go to the official source. Don't just listen to the statement, but listen to the whole thing, the whole conversation, if you will, so that you can get context on that. And then make your own opinion. So what might be a good thing to do is listen to the against people and see what they say. Listen to the for people and hear what they're saying, and then go find out for yourself. So a big key here is find out for yourself. Don't just believe what other people say, because they might mean well, but they could be deceived themselves. Or of course, there's the evil intent as well. But one thing I know is the truth is the thing that sets me free. Not a lie. A lie produces false narratives. It produces prejudices. It can mislead us. But a truth always exposes. Truth always sets free. So I want the truth. So what are you searching for? Are you searching for agreement, or are you searching for truth? That's a heart issue. I need to clear that in my heart. Am I searching for truth? If I'm searching for truth, then I've got to go about it the right way. So I listen to the people who are against, the people who are for, and then I go hear for myself from the horse's mouth, and I get it in context. I can easily make a statement, say, I eat prawns every Sunday. This is just an illustration. I don't eat prawns every Sunday. I eat prawns every Sunday. And then that gets replayed for the next 10 years. And then one day someone comes to me 10 years later and says, oh, I heard you eat prawns every day. And then I'll say, no, I don't eat prawns. That was 10 years ago. I don't do it anymore. So they're taking it out of context. Just like someone can say that they don't like something, but they might change their mind later. And now they like it. And so we can so easily get things out of context. And when people have an agenda, like you see in the news media, so often everyone's got an agenda. So the agenda is sometimes good. Sometimes the agenda is to expose lies and to bring out truth, and that's great. But sometimes the agenda is self-serving and it's wicked. And you do not need to be a victim of someone else's selfishness, because selfishness always has a victim. But only if we allow that selfishness will we become a victim of it. So seek truth. Find out for yourself. I want to give an illustration of something that's out in the media now that is very strongly opinionated on both sides, and that's Charlie Kirk. I never knew him that well, but when he was assassinated, you couldn't kind of ignore the news about him. So I had heard a few of his debates, but not many. So I heard on the media how terrible he was. And the one side says it's like he's a demon from hell. And then I listened to the other side, and they said he's an angel from heaven. You know, it's like these opposite, they didn't say that, but that's the impression they gave, these opposite opinions. So I thought, wait a minute, I'm going to find out for myself. And I listened to multiple debates, but I didn't just listen to a snippet. I took the time to find the truth. That's a big key. Take the time to find the truth if that truth is important to you. And I listened to his debates. And you know, after that, I got my own opinion. And I'm not going to tell you what that is, because that's my opinion. But if you really want to know which one is the truth, because they both sound very convincing. So one of these sides is it's like super deceived, or they're just great actors for their agenda. And then there's the other part that's telling the truth. So find out for yourself. You go listen to his debates, but don't listen to a little clip. Don't listen to what people say so much, or don't put that as a priority. Listen, and then go find out for yourself. And you get your own opinion, because that's the thing that's going to set you free. And then when people talk to you about it, about that topic, which in this case we're talking about who's Charlie Kirk, then when you give your opinion, it doesn't have to be a shaky, wishy-washy, no foundation opinion. You can speak from a place of real knowledge, because you went to find out for yourself. You will have a more secure belief. Your belief has been checked, and you can speak with conviction of what you believe, instead of, oh, well, I heard this and I heard that. And we just get swayed left and right like a wave on the sea. There's no conviction in that. So if you want to really be convicted of what you believe and really be certain of what you believe, don't just listen to what people say. Go find out for yourself. Find out properly. Get things in context, and you are more likely to be always on the side of truth than if you just follow what everybody says blindly, listening to pieces of information taken out of context, instead of looking at the whole picture and being able to see the context of what was said, what was done, and you line that up with your own belief, your own morals, your own standards, your own values, your own belief system. Line that up with what you believe, so that you can know which side of the fence you should be on.